Hey, what is up, YouTube? Andrew Rooney here. Come for the drums, stay for the coffee. And we have got another Patreon pick. This one is for Jonathan A. And yes, my friends, it is another Led Zepp pick. Boy, these are adding up. Now, I've got a whole Led Zepp John Bonham playlist. Now, not every song in there is John Bonham. There was a Michael Lee track when he was playing in the group for a little while after the passing of John Bonham. And there is also a couple of Yoyoka drum covers, which are awesome as well. But I've lumped them into the same playlist. If you're a John Bonham fan or Led Zepp, check it out. Now, Jonathan A. has requested here, he said, instead of a full-blown reaction, could you also provide some sort of analysis like you did on When the Levee Breaks, where you talked about his pocket and his hi-hat accents? Bonham's timekeeping and deliberate hi-hat accents are one of the most defining characteristics in my opinion. I agree, Jonathan. There are a lot of Bonzo disciples on YouTube who never cover this aspect of his drumming, so I'm so impressed that you commented on it. Thank you very much. That live performance is probably my favorite of his drumming, so if you could include some kind of analysis, that would be awesome. Alright, sounds good. So normally with these videos, it is, as the title says, a reaction, sort of how I feel, how it hits me as a first up listen. But I'll try and sort of maybe put my teacher hat on a little bit more for this one and see what I can pick up or pass on to you as if you were a student. Hey guys, please be sure to subscribe and hit the like button. And with that said, let's hit it.
Everybody's gonna know.
Now that accent pattern there looked like he's basically getting 4 strokes for the price of 1. Now what I mean by that, looked to me, I'm going to back it up a little bit, but it looked to me like a sort of a 4-stroke molar kind of thing. One down motion, like a whip, hit, tap, and then the upstroke. That's just what the accent pattern looked like to me straight off, as opposed to, you know, the normal sort of push and pull kind of quarter note accent pattern. So straight away, that's what it sounded like. Now, I'm not saying that John Bonham studied molar technique or you should study molar technique. That's just what it looked like. It looked like 1 accent per half bar or 1 accent per 4 notes. Back it up and let's have another look at it. And she wonders if the days I feel too have to go. I'm so happy. I'm gonna join the band. We're gonna sing and dance in celebration. We're in the promised land. Oh yeah, this is when you can really appreciate John Paul Jones. I call him the glue. John Paul the Glue Jones. That's what I'm going to call him. He is just the man. He ties up and ties together all these little syncopated parts like that offbeat, ba-da-da-da-da, that little offbeat phrase there. He just catches it and puts a bass right in there. Beautiful. The bass and drums work here. This must be so iconic. I don't have a history with Led Zeppelin, but I'm sure for a lot of bands and a lot of artists that I copied, this is what they copied. I'm assuming groups like Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, on and on and on. Yeah, this must have been what they just had on repeat. And I kind of got it off those guys instead of going to the source. Happy to be at the source now. I just want to back it up for that really nice little phrase there. We're gonna sing and dance in celebration. We're in the promised land. We're walking new ways to protect the horse you live. I wanted a bit more analysis, so we had the da 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 da, and then da 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 pa da 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 da. I think it was da 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 ba da 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 da. Breaking up with the snare and the offbeats really helps to keep people in time. That is believe it or not, that's a long phrase to keep people in time, especially on offbeats. People can start drifting and it becomes like a big mess, or it starts speeding up. Putting the snare in there just lets everyone know, here it is, guys. Here's the backbeat. This is where we are. You're kind of broken up the pattern. Really smart. I mean, like, it's the kind of thing that a big band jazz drummer would do is you're trying to catch all the figures musically, but also you're driving the bus. You're telling everyone, here's the time. Stay on target, guys.
Stay on target. We're too close. Stay on target.
She wanna run us on the phone when they break down the door. Her name is brown or white or black, you know her very well. You hear cries of mercy as the wind is so bad. Mama, I'm so happy. I'm gonna join the fight. We're gonna dance and sing in celebration. We're in the promised land.
Man, the bass runs and the drum fills are in sync. They're so in sync. So often, I think, as drummers, as musicians in general, we're so often thinking about ourselves, thinking about our part. Oh, here comes my fill. Oh, yeah, I did my fill. Nobody cares about your fill. People care about the overall sound. And really good musicians appreciate that you're musical and you can make the whole unit sound good. No one cares if you sound good and you're just a train just going to your target and you don't care what's happening over here and here and here. You want to just have so much headroom that you're just cruising along and, yep, he did that. Oh, catch that. He's doing that. You're so in control. You're still going to your destination. If I continue with the train analogy, you're still going to reach your target destination, but along the way, you want to enjoy the view. You want to help people out. Oh, pick this guy up, do this, do that. And you want to do it with headroom. You don't want to have the blinkers on in a tunnel like this for a whole song focused on drum parts. That's drummer stuff, not musician stuff. Bonham sounds good because he's a great musician, not just because he's a great drummer. Rant over.
And a voice of destination, but the price you paid is nowhere to cruise anymore. If you walk, you're gonna get there. Though it takes a little long, and when you see it in the distance, you will wring your hands and moan. Oh yeah, you are my own, you are my own. Help me live on.
Again, you hear how the bass and the drums are working together. Let's just back that up. Ooh, nice bass drum part there too. And it is greasy. It's what we would call greasy. The parts work together, but they work together a little bit like this. Not in a 2020 quantized computer way like this. They're weaving in and out. It's not a perfect sync. It's in and out. It's got it kind of phasing in and out. and it's art. It's a human being playing instruments. It's not a computer, and it's quite glorious stuff. Man, the Led Zeppelin requests, they just do not disappoint. Now, we've had a little bit of trouble in the past. We've got a whole bunch on top of the Led Zeppelin playlist I've got. We've got a whole bunch of Led Zeppelin blocked videos that are available to the patrons, and that's just a Dropbox link that patrons can access. But these isolated tracks, I think, are the way to go, because we can really hear the Bonhamness. The drums and bass working together, it's just a thing of beauty. And there's no fear of it being blocked, because although it is really nice to reward the patrons for their patronage by giving them access to all the block stuff, I'd rather everybody gets to see it, right? So, hey, what a great pick, and hopefully enough drum geek analysis stuff in there for you, Jonathan. It is always tricky on a first-time listen because, I want to keep it real and make it a first-time listen. I don't want to prep anything. So yeah, if I was going to start transcribing parts, I'd probably take that a lot slower and potentially even slow the track down and make sure I'm getting everything exactly right. It's a kind of different vibe. Reaction for me is just like, what do I think of this? What's my gut feel? But hopefully we did a bit of a mashup of those things for you, man. Hey, if you enjoyed the video and you want to see more content like this, please be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll catch you on the next video. All right, ciao.